Hey there, guys! Today we're discussing a card that can both cantrip and ramp for you in joint exploration. If you're enjoying the content here, you can join the Screw Army by subscribing and turning on the notification. Alrighty, so we're discussing joint exploration. This is a pretty interesting card from Dominaria United, and in case you didn't know, well, there you do, because somebody's going to tell you, and it's going to be me. It's a 2-mana instant spell where you scry 2 and draw a card, which pretty good. And then it has kicker for a green, so if it was kicked, you can put a land card from your hand into the battlefield. So again, I said this in the one about the Tear Asunder card, that some people don't really like these cards that have these other colors of mana in their border identity, essentially. It confuses some people or whatever, or it limits their playability in Commander. But come on, this is a great Simic spell. This is a great Teamer spell. This is a spell that's gonna go in lots of decks. So I don't see the huge problem with a spell like this. Yes, it can't go in mono blue or Izzet decks or some other decks, but again, for the most part, you can find lots and lots of homes for these cards, and that's where I think you've got to focus in. You can't just be like, well, I'm sad because I can't put it in this deck, find another deck for it, or, again, build a deck for it, as I said, you don't have to build around cards, and I don't always agree with it, but it's one of those things. You can build around some of these cards and go, you know what, actually, it probably would be better for me to, put this card into a deck there that it would work into. And actually, I was thinking about, putting this into a couple of decks, actually. I think I put it into my Jadette deck after I sort of read through this card and thought, actually, that is pretty good, because I don't like cantrips for the most part, because I feel like, well, especially sorcery speed cantrips, because I feel like just drawing one card isn't worth me having to spend a lot of mana. If I spend a couple of mana to draw a couple cards, yeah, sure, that's good, because 1-for-1 replacing a card isn't that good. You need more than one card, at least in my opinion, for the most part. But you're getting another effect out of this, which is really good, and it is at instant speed. There's a few decks that would want this card, like Calamax, because, again, Calamax can copy it and whatnot. There's probably a few other decks, a lot of Simic and whatnot. Teamer decks might want it, and a few other decks as well. As I sort of say, there's all kinds of decks that are out there that might want this, Bant and whatnot, and things like that. So yeah, just that ability. Yeah, sometimes you'll draw it late and you'll get that land because you've been holding 3 or 4 lands. Sometimes you'll get it early. Sometimes you won't have that land, so you might be like, well, I won't kick it this time because, hey, I haven't got a land, so I might as well only spend 2 mana and then draw a card. And you can't pay the kicker after you've drawn the card. So it's a little bit like, well, if I hit a land, then what do I do? Well, you've got to take that risk, or you've just got to go, well, stuff it. If I get a land, I'll get that land next turn at least anyway, so I'm not missing out on that much. But as I sort of was saying, the main reason I really like this is because it does those two things for the most part, and it is in instant speed. So just at the end of somebody's turn, before your turn starts, you can just shoot this thing off or whatever, or even if you want to do it on your turn or whatever else you want to do. But again, you can do it on the end of somebody's turn and just be like, okay, cool, now I'm going to untap, do my stuff, and, I've got an extra land now, or I've gotten the land that I, would have gotten, before, and now I'm, playing my next turn. I've got that little bit of card advantage. I maybe got rid of 2 bad cards. Or if I had all sorts of lands on top, I can get rid of those lands. Be like, hey, all I've been drawing is lands. Again, it helps you really set up what you're going to draw to a degree. And you can draw into that land. So you can be like, maybe I should kick this even though I don't know that I've got a land. So you have to weigh out that decision making, especially when you've got things like Calamax or something. If you don't have the lands and you are going to be copying it and whatnot, especially when you copy it and get for the second one, the copy will do the same thing. So you can't be then like, oh man, now I've gotten a couple lands from drawing those couple cards or whatever because I copied it with something else or whatever. And now I have a couple lands that I could play. So that decision making where you're going to go, how likely am I to actually get into lands? And seeing 3 cards, essentially, or the ability to sort of see 3 cards is pretty good, especially for an uncommon at 2 mana. So that, and an instant, as I sort of said. So those things, to me, add up to a lot more, because, again, I wouldn't want to just draw a card for 2 mana at instant speed, or be able to play a land like Growth Spiral or whatnot, because, again, you get to look at those 2 cards first, and then you get to choose what you draw. You can put those 2 cards at the bottom, you can put them at the top in any order and whatnot. So, it really helps you out. So, and even I think Eureka Moment also is a pretty decent one, but I do find that this being 3 mana instead of 4, yes, you don't draw as many cards, but you get to again potentially see more cards than that card. And that's pretty good, I think. So I would recommend this card to a lot of people. And again, I'm going to be putting it in one of my decks because I felt like, hey, even if this doesn't really do the ramp thing, I'm not really counting it as ramp for the most part. I'm just counting it as a cantrip that can do other things and whatnot, and just helps me get to more of my gas when I'm early on or whatnot, or gets me to my gas later on or whatever, or even in the mid game. Again, just get rid of it, get some more cards, and see what your deck's kind of giving you or whatnot, that kind of thing. So it's really good. But you guys can let me know what you guys think of this card. Write your thoughts down there in the comments below. Tell me if I'm super wrong or super right or whatever you want to say. And I'll definitely respond to you guys down there. But if I don't see you guys down there, I'll definitely see you in the next one.